You ever been in a place where you have been doing so much work and then somebody else shows up out of nowhere but wants the same reward that you're getting? Let's talk about this, man. Peace, fellas. What up, fellas? And welcome to Next Round. I'm Anthony. Thanks a lot for rocking with me again. And thank you for just joining me, man. And let's get straight up into this, man. We want to talk about you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. And I can guarantee you that a lot of you can relate to this because this is something that we're seeing in today's time where people believe that they deserve a reward just for existing. They believe that they deserve an award just for showing up. They believe that they deserve an award for just, or reward for just participating. Now, growing up, it's been said which generation came up with this participation trophy thing. And if we want to be honest, this was with the millennial generation, where when I was small, I remember you got a trophy just for being there. And because if one didn't get it, everybody's going to cry. And then they see that kid crying, they give him a trophy. Well, yeah. And then the generation after them, that's become the norm. And now with who's this? Gen Alpha now. Oh, yeah, that's a definite. You're going to get a trophy just for showing up. And I used to get tired of that. I remember when I was in school one time and you had some of these kids who be like, yo, ask the instructor, listen, aren't you gonna give me a A? A for what? Well, I should get an A. And the instructor would say, well, listen, you never brought in no assignments. You rarely here in class, so you rarely participate also. So if you don't bring in no assignments and you're rarely here, therefore you don't have no participation. Sometimes I didn't even know you was here. So now at the end of the semester, you telling me that you deserve an A. And you know what I will always hear? Yeah, you could give me an A because I showed up to class. As if they're doing a favor for the instructor or professor. When in actuality, no, you're doing this for you, not for the instructor. They're gonna get paid regardless whether you're there or not. And that's where I remember one instructor I had, and it was a couple of them, where they went off. They was like, yo, don't come to me with that garbage. And I remember at the beginning of one semester, you know how it is, instructors want to give you a briefing of what the class is about, and she simply said, yo, listen, you are not getting no participation trophy points here. You are supposed to show up. This is what you're paying for to come to college. This is what you're coming for. This is what you're paying for to get to class. So if you think you deserve points for just showing up, nah, wrong one. Well, crazy thing was at the midpoint of the season, boy, a lot of people dropped that class or they didn't show up because they weren't getting it. Now, I want to tell you how I had to deal with that personally. Again, in that classes I was in, yes, I was there, but personally. So I remember when a few years ago, I worked with an event staffing, and we had to work certain events. And these are concerts, these are ball games, and all this stuff. We got a chance to work those concerts. Now, when it came to some concerts, I liked others. I'm like, ugh, why am I here? It was a cacophony of noise at one point. But so there was a major event at one complex, and they gave us this task, say, hey, look, you work these, I think it was like 4 events. You work 3, you get half this much. If you work all 4, you get all of this amount. So yes, there was a set amount that was given to us for that. Now, it was myself and 5 other people. We were doing the events. Day 1, it was straight, it was like 4 days straight. So day 1, we did it. Day 2, we did it. By day 3, we're like, man, why am I here? Day 4, we had to really push through this one. And it was back-to-back events. 2 days for one event, 2 days for another. But anyway, we got through the fourth one. Boom. Now we got with the team huddle, team meeting, I should say. And after the event was all over, the week or so, the next following week, we met up as a team. And that's when our supervisor was saying, hey, look, just want to say thank y'all for showing up. Want to give y'all your reward for what you've done. Now, you got that. You did those 5 events. You got $200. If you did two out the 4, you did 4 events, you get $200. You did 2 out the 4, I think you got 100 or you got 50. If you did 1, you didn't get anything. There was no compensation for that. It was simple. It's either you do 2 or you do all 4. So, of course, naturally, anybody, if you're a grinder out there, you hustler, you're going to go ahead and say, yo, let me go and try to do all 4. Now, all 4, the hours vary. You will be working for 7 straight hours. You'll be working 8 hours. Some did 10. It didn't matter, but you did all of it. Now, there was one dude who pulled up at the meeting, and we had to document when we came in. Of course, naturally, you had to clock in. So, clocked in. My man said they gave out whoever got what they got. Yo, you got a 200, and here's your 200. You did it on top of what you're getting paid. Good job. Thanks a lot. Everybody's getting their money. But then this one dude particular said, yo, hold up for a minute. Why didn't I get paid? Why am I not getting my money? And they said, look, man, you didn't show up. And he said, yes, I did. I showed up for the very first one. What you talking about? They said, okay. He said, I was there for the second day. But while you was there, you left. You left after doing 2 hours. You left and you didn't show back up, but he believed he deserved to be paid just like everybody else who stayed there for 6, 7, 8, some 10 hours for 4 straight days. So basically those who did 10 hours for the day, they did a whole week's worth in just 4 days. Insane. But that's what we did. So he believed he deserved that. And it was said to him, no, you don't get this. So, of course, he wanted to go to HR, make a big deal, make a big stink about it. And HR said, well, we have your records here. You clocked out early on the second day. First day you was there. Second day you clocked out early. Third and fourth day, you never showed up. And he gave some BS excuse. It made no sense. So anyway, he was talking with me. He said, yo, Ant, this is messed up. This is messed up, man. That I didn't get paid. I said, listen, you weren't there, so you don't deserve it. That's how he just looked at me. Like, what? I said, no, you don't deserve that. You knew what the criteria was. If you worked these 2 games, you worked the entire shift, this is what you was going to get. If you worked all 4 events, you was going to get the full payment. He believed he deserved the full payment. Now, he said that somebody was sick in his family or whatever it was. However, he never told it to management. So management was like, well, we didn't know nothing about this. But I know that wasn't the truth. But anyway, I told him, look, you don't deserve this just because you showed up just for one moment. And that's where I say for a lot of you guys today, a lot of y'all believe that you deserve a full payment or you deserve full reward because of your presence. And I'm bringing this to you because a lot of you do not deserve no payment just because you show up, but do no work. You show up, but you do no work. It's just like if you sign up for a program, you got the person who designed the program. They did 50% of the work for you. The rest is on you now. I'm showing you the blueprint. The rest is on you to go now. You got to execute it. And then you'll get your reward. But here's what a lot of you do. You expect that person to do 50% of the work, well, 100% of the work, or 90%, I should say. You do 10% of the work, but yet you want 100% of the reward. I'll say it for you again. That person is supposed to do 90% of the work. You do 10% of the work, but you get 100% of the reward. That's what you're supposed to be rewarded with because you showed up. I did something. Something is better than nothing. No, let me help you out, guys. As you out there in the gym, I promise you, you go in that gym and you just take 10-pound weights and you just do this for let's say for 15 minutes and you leave out of it. Do you really think that you're going to see true results? No, You're going to say, well, at least I was there. I showed up. No. When I box, when I go to my boxing course in my boxing class, trust me, you better make sure you put in work there. You're not going to get no credit because you showed up. No, you decide to wrap your hands. You decide to put the gloves on. All right, now we got to go to work. You're going to have to do the drills. You're going to have to do the repetition of drills. And you may have to do a circuit, or when all that's said and done, yo, strap up, go in the ring, you're sparring. And this is part of the game. But imagine when we have someone who sits back and say, oh, no, I'm not sparring. All right, cool. Well, I'm not doing the circuit. All right. So you just did 2 drills on the bag and two rounds on the jump rope and you say, I'm done? No, you don't get to be rewarded here. So this is where a lot of you fellas now today, in this time that we're in, you believe that you deserve full reward because you just showed up. You deserve full reward because you're you, or y'all like a lot of you saying now, I'm him. You're him with what? If you're him, you have results. Because we know where that came. Well, some of you may know, but there's a few you may not know. But that came from LeBron saying, I'm him. LeBron has the right. LeBron James had the right to say, I'm him. Because why? He has put in the work. He's put in the dedication. We've seen it. The man got 4 rings. The man also he's now the top leading NBA scorer. He's also now the top man in terms of seasons. I think he's about to enter season 24, which is ridiculous. This guy can say that. And every single reward that's coming to him, he deserves. Because why? He put in the work. Some of y'all are putting in 10% work. Some of y'all are putting less than 10% work, but yet you believe you deserve 100% of the reward. No, it does not work like that. And what's worse, what pisses me off with a lot of dudes who do this is that they clown or they go after the men who actually put in the real work. They put in the hours. They put in the time. They sacrifice their time to get things done. But then people will step up to them and say, well, you don't deserve that. I mean, I'm better than you at that. But you didn't show it. I work harder than you. Well, you didn't work harder this time. So, what is it right now that you're saying that you deserve, but you're putting less work in? What is it that you're saying that you deserve, but yet you are too lazy to get started? What is it that you're saying that you deserve, but because you did it before, you think it should now, that you did what 2, 3, 4 years ago, it should now culminate into now where you're saying, well, that was 3 years ago, so I'm supposed to get a reward for it. No. What have you done for me lately? What have you done today? What have you done YTD, year to date? What have you done? So just because you feel you deserve a good reward, just because you feel you deserve that good woman, just because you believe that you deserve a 10 of a honey because you him, so you think, just because you believe you deserve that pay raise, just because you believe that you deserved that promotion, but yet you do nothing. You don't put in no work. You don't stay after work. You don't go into work a little early. And I know some people say, yo, man, I'm not doing all that. The quiet quitting and all that stuff, yeah, that was good for a moment until now it's not anymore. Now people are understanding, yo, that was cool for the time. I think that's during COVID, a little after COVID was over. Now people's doing the quiet quitting now. Yeah, now they realize, yeah, this is not going to keep up for long. So what is it that you feel that you deserve, but you're not putting in the work for? What is it that you feel that you deserve, but you have not even put no pen to pad? You haven't put boots on the ground. You haven't lifted a weight. You haven't ran a half a mile. You haven't done anything. I deserve to lose weight, Ant, but you are still eating the same crap. I deserve to lose weight, Ant, but you're not being active. I deserve to have the baddest honey, Ant, because she's fine, but yet you are not doing anything to improve yourself. And I've told you before, don't do these things to get a woman's attention or to prove for a woman. Do it for you. Because now you better come correct. Because you can't say you want a woman to make sure she's coming correct to you, but you're giving her half-ass stuff. That's not going to work. You want her to match what you're doing. You want her to match you. But when she's here and you just come in like down here, yeah, you're not going to be on her radar. So what are you doing for your business? What are you doing? What is it that you're doing that you believe that you deserve serious profit? What are you doing for that business? What are you sacrificing for that business? What are you pouring back into the business? So if you deserve, the only way that it will show is that it shows through your work. Your work, your level of work, your quality of work will show what you deserve. You are not going to get a $100,000 pay increase if you're given $20,000 work ethic. You're not going to get a $100,000 pay increase if you're only coming in late every other day or every single day. No, you don't deserve that, because why? You're showing you are not dependable. You're not going to go and drop the 20 pounds or gain 10 pounds of muscle when you're still eating one sugary thing after another. You're eating one junk food after another. Every single Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or forget that, every single day you're eating junk food, but then you think you deserve to go and look like whoever is the top influencer, fitness influencer for the moment. No, you must take care of you. You must take care of you in order to see the results that you deserve. So, what is it you're screaming that you deserve? But there is no work that shows it, or your work doesn't even match it. Fellas, thanks a lot for rocking with me. I'm grateful to have you. And as always, make sure you check out other episodes and subscribe to this channel. I'm grateful to have you. And as always, whether you win or lose, the fight is never over. The work is never over. It is only your next round. I'm Anthony. I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Peace.